With Milton Ward 1 Town Councillor Kristina Tesser Derksen now the MP for the new riding of Milton East, Halton Hills South, there's a vacant spot on Milton Council. And the town has opted for a by-election, which has the potential of costing the town up to $200,000. I started my monthly chat with Milton Mayor Gord Krantz asking why council opted for this, a by-election, as opposed to just appointing a councillor.
Well, Jason, that's one heck of a good question. There's 8 of us presently on Milton Council. There was a decision made by a 5-8 vote to go to a by-election there. I was not one of those individuals that supported that, and at least in my opinion, and of course 2 others as well. Try to save the town a little bit of money, because I can assure the listener out there that it's going to cost at least a minimum of $200,000, probably upward of $300,000 or $400,000 if you start taking into account, some of the staff time and everything else that's involved in this. So I think, at least in my opinion, that $300,000 or $400,000 could have been spent in a better way other than the by-election. And the main reason is there's roughly going to be just a year until the next general election. That'll be in October of 2026. And we've done the appointment process in the past, so it was nothing new to Milton, and that worked, in my opinion, quite well. But fortunately or unfortunately, the majority council opted for a by-election for reasons of their own. And I know democracy. I'm well aware how fragile it can be sometimes, and the public should have their say. But also, I know there's a great deal of pressure on that almighty dollar out there to make sure that things are done right and properly within the economic reason. And that's certainly one of the reasons why I opted for an appointment. It's going to be much, much less expensive.
Yeah, and also, you can just look to your neighbors, because when Joseph Rosinski moved from Halton Hills Council to provincial government, Halton Hills opted for a councillor appointment for the reasons that you mentioned. Now, I don't know if you know from the other councillors, but was part of it that there was no probable candidate to appoint here?
No, that's not the case. I become aware of at least 2 or 3 individuals that was prepared to put their name forward to be considered as an appointment. I was well aware of that. Were they lobbying me? No, they weren't, but they made me aware that if this was going to be the case, that they'd be prepared, hopefully along with maybe 3 or 4 other people that might be considered for that appointment. There was only one runner-up, and I'm only assuming that he may have put his name forward to be considered for an appointment. He may or may not have gotten the appointment. Who knows? It would have been, if that was the route the majority council wanted to go, then it would be a consideration of majority council. And a lot of that, of course, would have to happen behind closed doors, just to protect those individuals that put their name forward.